The seven elements of art are the basic pieces or properties of a work of art. The elements are line, color, shape, form, value, texture, and space. Line is the most basic element of art. Line is the path of a point moving across a surface. Lines in art express different meaning. Some artists show their lines more than others, and some artists use nothing but lines to express shapes, textures, value, space, and forms. Color is what we see because of reflected light. Light contains different wavelengths of energy that our eyes and brain see as different colors. Colors have three properties: hue, value, and intensity. Hue refers to the color name, red, blue, green, etc. Value refers to the lightness or darkness of the hue, dark green versus light green. Intensity refers to the purity of the color. Red is more intense than orange, and orange is more intense than yellow-orange, for example. A shape has two dimensions represented as an enclosed area. There are two types of shape. Geometric shapes are precise and regular, like squares, rectangles, and triangles. Organic shapes are irregular and typically come from nature, such as leaves, flowers, and clouds, shapes that grow, flow, and move. Form has three dimensions, represented as enclosed volume. Forms are shapes in three dimensions, such as a cube, sphere, pyramid, and cylinder. Organic shapes can also represent form. Sculpture is the most obvious place to see form or three-dimensional shape in art. Value refers to relative lightness and darkness of a base color and includes light, medium, and dark areas. Value is perceived in terms of varying level of contrast. Highlights, midtones, shadows, and cast shadows may all show up as different intensities of the same color. Texture refers to the tactile qualities of a surface, actual, or the visual representation of such surface qualities, implied. There are three basic types of texture: actual, simulated, and invented. An actual texture comes from real materials that are part of the artwork. Simulated texture is the illusion of a real texture, such as painted fabric. Invented textures are created by the artist from imagination. Space is the creation of visual perspective. Perspective visually represents a volume of space or a three-dimensional object on a flat surface. Space is the illusion of depth, the distance around, between, above, below, and within an object or group of objects. This is Gypsy Sleeping by Henri Rousseau, painted in 1897. This oil painting contains visual representations of all seven elements of art. Rousseau uses a great deal of line in this work. The lines in the cloth, delicate strings of the instrument, and the woman's hair are examples. Her colorful garment contains a rainbow of spectrum of hues. Rousseau creates a great deal of interest with this range of values and intensities. The smooth circle-shaped moon is in stark contrast within the rectangular expanse that it occupies, appearing like a hole punched out of the sky. The forms in the painting have a flatness to their dimension. The feet here almost appear to sink a little into the sand. Rousseau's use of this flattened form gives the painting a dreamlike quality. Here we can see a wonderful use of value to give some illusion of space or perspective. The values of blue in the water or the browns in the sand, for example, gradually change from dark to medium to light. The lion's hairy mane is expressed with texture through flowing line. This is an example of an invented texture because it is a stylistic depiction of an actual hairy texture. One can see the expression of space in the entire image. Rousseau's flattened, layered shapes create a foreshortened space, a lack of depth, of little space between objects. Only the stars and mountains appear distant, while the eye is drawn closer and closer to the lion's face and the gypsy. Rousseau's repetitive use of parallel lines, shapes, circles in this case, and smooth value transitions work together with the stylized, textured, and flattened dimensions to create the entrancing quality of Gypsy Sleepy.